guys, I'm Juliana, your automotive woman, and this week I am test driving the all-new 2021 Kia Sorento SX Turbo. It wasn't that long ago that I actually reviewed the 2020 model, and in that video I actually hinted at the fact that a brand new model was actually coming out, and we're talking complete refresh. From the exterior, interior, an all-new platform, a new trim line has been added, and 2 new engines. This being the SX model, I actually have the larger engine, the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged with an 8-speed automatic transmission with a wet dual clutch, and it's producing 281 horsepower with 311 pound-feet of torque. But how's it sound? Amazing! The exterior styling refresh begins up front with what Kia refers to as the tiger face shaped front grille. It blends nicely into the all-new LED light design style. The round edges from the hood also work well along the side profile until you get to the rear where there's new squared off tail lights. Now, I mentioned it previously, but Kia's introduced an all-new trim line, and it's called the X line. And like the X line, this SX model also offers 20-inch wheels and all-wheel drive. But if you live somewhere where there's a bit more harsh terrain, you might want to consider the X line because it offers more ground clearance. Of course, like any other top trim model, you have a power liftgate, but Kia, being the sister brand of Hyundai, you also have Smart Trunk, and this is with your key fob in your pocket, in your purse, and all your merchandise in hand. You simply approach the rear trunk and will automatically open for you. But if you want to do it the old school way and use the manual latch, don't aim for under here like I did. It's actually under here where the E is. Give it a simple push and it opens for you. Of course, like I said, you could always use your key fob too and it will open for you that way as well. Now, this power liftgate is adjustable in height. You just simply hold this button, wait for the beep twice, and will automatically set for you. There's also a button beside your driver's leg on the left-hand side, and it will also open up the trunk from your driver's seat. Overall capacity for 2021 has increased because the wheelbase has increased as well. But one of the best convenience options in the Sorento is how you put down the third and second row seats from the trunk. Just pull this hand cable right here and it lowers the third row. Same on this side. For the second row seats, you can actually use the buttons on the side labeled left and right. Give them a push, they go down. This is also where you'll find some extra connectivity. If you need some more storage space, well, there's some located under here where your tire mobility kit is. Kia provides you with the option of a 6 or 7 seat passenger configuration in the Sorento. I have the captain's chairs, meaning I have the 6-seat passenger configuration, and I prefer this setup because each individual passenger back here actually receives more space and more storage as well. Now, these seats are heated, which is fantastic, but I've already demonstrated that they fold. They also move forwards and backwards, and they also recline. There's an additional 2 convenience buttons to help the third row seat passengers get in and out. Use the button on top of the seat or on the side, and they actually fold and slide forward together. Now, as for storage, it's available on both sides, but it's really just reserved for cup or bottle holders. There is 2 extra small pockets on each side of the seat, and of course you have your 2 traditional pockets on the back of the front seats. Connectivity is fantastic for everybody back here. You have charging ports embedded into the back of the front seats, and down here, this is great, my favorite. More connectivity, but you also have a 3 traditional prong outlet. As for the third row, it is reserved for young kids or preteens. I'm only 5'3", so space for me isn't terrible, but I'm also cheating because I have this seat pushed all the way forward. If you need a little bit more leg space because you're teens or you have a passenger who is a bit taller, you could always extend your leg down the center as well. The connectivity is also fantastic back here. Nobody has to share. You have charging ports on each side. You also have on each side 2 traditional cup or bottle holders as well, and a room for storage, whether it's snacks or mobile devices. But this is where it gets a little bit odd. You have your climate control functionality back here. So if you're only traveling with 4 individual passengers, it's a bit odd to be setting your rear climate controls by reaching back here. Kia provides the Sorento in 6 different trim levels. Again, I have the top trim, so I have all the tech and all the luxury. But what I'll do for you is provide a link down below in the description so you can see really the difference amongst all of them, mainly the price and that tech. Speaking about that tech, it starts with the key fob. You have a remote starter with the SX model, and this is a great feature if you live somewhere where it's cold. And then the luxury, I'll start up top. This gorgeous panoramic sunroof. It's huge. Then all the seats throughout are leather. The front seats are heated and ventilated, power operated. Your steering wheel is also heated, and to turn that on, you have to use this button down here. The rest of the functions, pretty simple and straightforward. On your left-hand side, you have your Bluetooth, your voice commands, and your radio settings. Also in the SX, you have the upgraded Bose stereo sound system. It sounds fantastic. Also, 3 months of complimentary Sirius XM. On the right-hand side, you have your customization for your driver cluster and your adaptive cruise. I mentioned tech, and I'll mention just a few of the standard safety features. Forward collision warning, blind spot detection, lane keep assist, a rear view camera, and a 360-degree bird's eye view. It all works and looks fantastic with the graphics. But this digital driver cluster is also quite large, and it offers the best feature in the market. Okay, it has blind spot video view monitoring. So this is when you're actually switching lanes left or right. A little video camera will pop up and show you if anybody is there. This is the best safety technology feature in the market. I love it. Of course, you have the option of the heads-up display. If you don't like the heads-up display, well, just deactivate it. But I like very much how the digital driver cluster blends well into the UVO infotainment system, because I've actually had it set up with the magenta or purple color. You can customize the color throughout, but I love it. It looks fantastic. I've left it in that color all week long. But before I get into it, ask your Kia specialist about the UVO app. It provides you with even more convenience, but one of the best features is if you forget an animal in here, or most importantly, a human, it will send you a notification through the app to tell you, go back to the car and look inside because you forgot someone or something that's important. I love this feature. Please ask about the UVO app. Then, of course, again, SX model. So I have navigation, wireless charging, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay is all standard. Connectivity, again, up here is fantastic. Then a few other features I should tell you about is your setup icon. Go through it again with your Kia specialist because you'll want to get familiar with your general icon and your vehicle one, because this is where you'll be able to customize your Sorento right out of the gate before you leave the parking lot, so it's set up for you. Also, 2 features, okay, that I loved is passenger talk. It was the same feature that I actually had in the Kia Telluride, and it helps the front seat passenger communicate better with the 3rd row passengers or even your 2nd row passengers because it amplifies your voice. And then quiet mode. Quiet mode is fantastic because if you're traveling for a long road trip, or if you have business associates with you and they're trying to work while you're driving, you can move all the sound from the back with the ease of use from an icon. And then of course this is a Kia, so you also have sounds of nature that helps you with your overall ambiance in here. Storage, better. It's actually longer, deeper on the sides, and your center panel through here is super deep. I love it. Then finally, your driving modes. You actually have terrain mode settings and then driving modes. For terrain settings, you have snow, mud, and sand. Driving modes, you have comfort, eco, sport, and smart. When you're actually going through those settings, it looks really cool on your driver cluster. Now that said, let's hit the road so I can provide you with my overall driving opinion from this past week. 2021 Kia Sorento SX all-wheel drive with a turbo. Oh yeah, you can 100% feel the difference between last year's engine and this year's. And I think the game changer really is that wet dual clutch, because it's working efficiently, it's doing what it's made to do, and it's just smooth getting up to speed. You don't have a lot of that turbo lag that you usually have with turbo engines. That said, I've left it in smart mode all week because I like how it customizes itself to my driving characteristics. Also, the majority of the time I'm sitting in traffic, so I don't feel as though sport mode is really needed. I mean, it's fun, it's nice with the paddle shifters, and it does what it's supposed to do. It tightens everything up, it's a bit more responsive, aggressive, but I feel as though it's a waste of fuel for my daily commute. But besides that, the overall comfort. These cushions, man, they are built for wide girths. You know what I mean? All the seats in here are really, really wide, which means that they're more comfortable. But I find that the thigh cushions in the front seats are really short, so for me they're fine, but for a taller person you're going to have a lot of space between your thigh and how much it actually falls over the full cushion, right? So that's a little bit odd. Again, I'm sure it's fine, but the rest of it with the center armrest, I like this a lot because when I have to share it with my co-pilot, there's a lot of space available. Then you have all the connectivity. I like the fact that nobody is going to be fighting over connectivity. So that makes me more comfortable as a driver because there's no unnecessary noise. So that's fantastic. Now, overall visibility, it's great out the front and sides, but there is a huge blind spot out that third window out the back, because when those captain chairs, or I should say when the right-hand side captain chair is pushed all the way back, it just creates a huge blind spot. That's why this video blind spot monitoring is the best feature in the industry, and it's a must in the Sorento with the captain's chairs. I can't say enough good things about this feature. I wish every manufacturer offered it. It's just that good. But what I like to do in all my videos is recommend a test drive, because test drives are complimentary. So I'll provide a link down below so you guys can find your closest Kia dealership. But for now, I'm Juliana, your automotive woman. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss How To Tuesday or Feature Car Friday. Thanks, guys.